Greetings, welcome back to another exciting review by a band called Crimson Glory. Now, the guys have reformed and like to release their new album. It's called Chasing the Hydra, which is a fantastic comeback album. Folks, you will not be disappointed. The dragon has risen, the band are back. Enjoy the review. One of Florida's finest are about to release this great new album. In 1986, Rodan Records would release their debut album, self-titled Crimson Glory. What a fantastic album, very mystical, very powerful songs with an energy and power that heavy metal fans around the world would enjoy. Mixing classic metal with elements of progressive metal and power metal, these guys were a force to be reckoned with. The band's debut album was a successful album, saw the band touring around Europe with Anthrax and Metal Church. And when you look back at this album, the band had their own distinct sound on guitars, and Midnight's vocals absolutely phenomenal. This guy could really hit the high notes, similar to King Diamond, but in a different style. Midnight was a force to be reckoned with, and with the success of the band's debut album, the second album, Transcendence, came along back in 1988. This was a fantastic album that saw the band on MTV with a successful single, Lonely. Only to return recently with a new album, Chasing the Hydra, which is coming out on Brave Words Records very shortly. This is a phenomenal album, folks, and if you do like the first two albums, you're not going to be disappointed. Everything on this album is fantastic. Productions, the songwriting, and also the new singer, Travis Wills, we'll talk about in a minute. So, who's in the band? We've got three original members. That is a really good going for a band to come back. We've got Ben Jackson on guitars. We'd also have Jeff Lord on bass guitar. And we'd also have drummer Dana Brunell. So that's the three original members from the first two albums. On this new album, we'd have a new guitarist. His name is called Mark Borgme, who's a fantastic guitarist and a great replacement for John Drennan. And on keyboards doing the live performances, we'd have a guy called John Ziner, who's doing a fantastic job for the band live. So who is Travis Wills? Travis Wills is an amazing singer. He replaced Todd La Torre, who toured with Crimson Glory, only doing live performances before joining Queensryche. Travis is with a band called Infidel Rising and a band called Valor Heart. If you've not heard these bands, check them out. I'm sure you'll hear something by them on either YouTube or Spotify. Travis Wills was also involved with a band called Mineral Rain. So this album's going to be released on Brave Word Records on the 17th of April of this year. So it comes with 10 songs. So I'm going to tell you what the song titles are, a little bit about the production and the songs in general. So the song titles for this new album would open up with Ridden the Sky, Chasing the Hydra, Broken Together, Angel in My Nightmare, Indelible Ashes, Beyond the Unknown, Armor Against the Fate, Pearls of Dust, and the last song is called Tris Geiger. Now, this new album was produced at Morris Sam Studios with the one and only Jim Morris, who's worked with the band on previous albums. He's a fantastic producer and he's brought out the best in this new album. Like I said, the production is second to none. The guitar sound amazing, the drums ready to shine through, and Travis's vocals are absolutely amazing. If you like Midnight or even Todd La Torre, you're in for a treat with Travis Wills. This album was also mastered by Major Applebaum. As you can see in this review, the artwork for this album is absolutely fantastic. It's a great album artwork. So let's talk about the first song on the album. It's called Red in the Sun. This has certainly got the Crimson Glory guitar vibe. I have to say that this is also a darker album than previous albums and a little bit more progressive, but it's still got the essence of Crimson Glory's previous albums. Guys, you can't fault Travis Wills' vocals. It's absolutely fantastic. It just sounds like Crimson Glory's Midnight. If you close your eyes, you'd think that Midnight was singing this song. And this song takes me back to the song Red Sharks from the second album. Great song, but this is more technical, a little bit more darker, but it still has the essence of Red Sharks. And if you like bands like Fates Warning, especially the early material of Fates Warning, then you're going to love this song. Like I say, it's old school Crimson Glory. Another band that springs to mind when I listen to this song and this album is Norwegian band Pagan's Mind. Just for the progressive elements, if you do like Pagan's Mind, guitar solos by Ben and Mark really do work well together. Next is the title track of the album, Chasing the Hydra. What a great song. There's something I like about this song, especially with the keyboards. It gives it that atmospheric vibe. And this song kind of reminds me of the song Masquerade of the Red Death. It also has the darker elements of Dream Theater and heaviness of Dream Theater's later albums. Next is another great song on the album. It's called Broken Together. This song takes me back to the debut album by Crimson Glory, a yet cult classic that features some amazing songs. Don't get me wrong, this is classic Crimson Glory, but it has dark elements. And on this song, Travis's vocals really do shine through. The power and sheer strength of his vocals are absolutely second to none and amazing. The thing I like about this band and this album is that they're very, very progressive and they write some amazing songs. Technical yet melodic and beautifully composed. Next is a fantastic semi-ballad called Angel in My Nightmare. This reminds me of a cross between In Dark Places and the song Transcendence, and it's certainly got a vibe of later Fates Warning's music. So the whole album is amazing. I'm going to tell you what other songs you need to check out on the album. I'm going to give this album 5 out of 5. I think it's a brilliant album, a great comeback album. You will not be disappointed, especially if you're a fan of old school Crimson Glory. Indelible Ashes, Beyond the Unknown, and the song Pearls of Dust. So go and check out the new Crimson Glory, Chasing the Hydra. It's on Brave Word Records, released on the 17th of April of 2026. Thanks for watching. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think of this album. Thanks for watching.